Hello, and welcome to VOD of Consciousness with Sientir. I'm Sientir. You can support me on my Patreon at patreon.com/Sientir. And we are here, at long last, to make our way into the... Oh yeah, this actually is pretty reasonable. Into the, shall we say, the heart of the Shiver Peaks. We need to speak with Jealous Ironhammer. Oh, hey, Lieutenant Thackeray. That's nice to see you. We will deal with Lieutenant Thackeray later. Because our task right now is to advance in the heart of Shiver Peaks. You'll notice that we have filled up most of this book. We can read the pages of it, and I intend to do so. Probably for like an entire episode or something. But once we've finished all of it before we turn the book in. Because we can turn the book in for a bunch of stuff. But I'm not really inclined to read it until then, just that way we can get the full picture, the full story all at once. So, for now, the main task that I have in front of me is going into the battle depths and making my way to where King Jealous Ironhammer is. This is important. So my plan today is to finish the Heart of the Shiver Peaks mission. We're not going to be able to finish all of this today. It's the whole campaign. It's just, there's way too much still left to do, but anyway, might as well talk to this Beacon of Draknar, get a couple more Dwarven rep points. And I'm going to activate Aggressive Refrain. It gives me an increased attack speed, which is fairly beneficial. And renews whenever a shout or chant on me ends, which, using this, is going to be fairly easy to keep up while in battle, although it'll be hard to keep up outside of battle. One of the things that you'll note as well is because I anticipated fighting against destroyers, I haven't changed my team around a whole lot, but one of the things that I've done for myself is to switch back to Spear and back to part Mesmer, back to spreading my days around, as it were. Oh, interesting that got countered. But one of the other things that I did is I went for Wild Throw. I wanted to have something to get rid of the thing on the stance on the Ranger, the Destroyer Rangers, but also, and this is very important, I wanted to not be using a skill whose primary purpose was to inflict burning on enemies immune to burning. So it seemed prudent to me to not do that. There is some debate in my mind about whether or not it's better to journey here from Olafstead or from the Eye of the North. They're kind of similar in many respects. My party is a little bit... let's just say we're not optimized for dealing with wisps. Wisps are not fleshy, and a lot of the stuff that my party has is a little bit better against fleshy. For example, Zondra's gimmick is a form of minion mastery, and that doesn't do much against these wisps. So, but I don't think they'll be too bad to get through either. Just a matter of dealing damage to them. They're not too dangerous. I mean, they're somewhat dangerous, but not too dangerous. Chromatic drakes that have apparently decided to mess with us are dangerous, though. The skill is apparently very, very strong, so they have to make it give you minus 20 armor and cost 25 energy and have a 2-second activation time. Because of course that's what it needs. Well, I guess we got a faux hammer. I think there's actually a merchant. I should probably... Stuff with. Is it over here? No, over here. Let's get this Siege Devourer with me. I mean, it's not going to do much. It's just a cute little Siege Devourer. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I will want to do here, but I think we're going to have a big old plot moment, if I remember correctly. It's been a few years since I've done this. Yeah, there's Rothgar. Hopefully he's still around after plot moment. Hopefully. Maybe I can even talk to him before plot moment. Basically, I don't... The less stuff I have in my inventory heading into a dungeon, the better. Okay. Okay. Plot moment does not happen until after. Okay, cool. So this guy wanted us to bring him some destroyer cores, so I have some destroyer cores. Breath of the Great Dwarf is nice. It's a party heal. It also cleanses burning from everyone. I'm not going to equip it right now, nor am I going to equip Light of Deldrimor. Light of Deldrimor is really sweet. 70 holy damage. Holy damage is armor ignoring. This is a PB AoE. It also pings stuff when you're in dungeons. I don't care. Now, he will give us another quest right here. He says, "Come, see the fruits of my labor. I've developed a concoction that should be of value when used against the destroyers. Unfortunately, its effectiveness is in theory only, as I've not tested it against the real thing. I need you to do something for me. Whilst in the presence of a destroyer, throw this vial to shatter the glass. When air hits the liquid, it will create a gas, which should corrode the destroyer's hide and cause it significant pain. You know, give them a taste of their own medicine. It should work, but if it doesn't, I'll use your pay to finance a nice funeral service instead." How does that sound? So this will give us a skill called Alkar's Alchemical Acid. And it gives us this item. Now, I would like to figure out where I had those destroyer cores stashed so I can drop this in the appropriate location. So, this will do 100 damage to nearby destroyers. Basically, that's when we need to use it. So let's go ahead and talk to King Jalus Ironhammer. And he says, "The moment of Dwarven destiny is almost at hand. We know the location of the Great Destroyer and must now seek the power and guidance of the Great Dwarf. For that, we will need the Hammer of the Great Dwarf, an ancient and powerful relic hidden deep within the mountains themselves. Its exact location has remained hidden for centuries, known only to a single member of the Black Powder clan and handed down from generation to generation. Budger Black Powder is the last of his lineage. Only he can lead you to it. Find him in the heart of the Shiver Peaks. Without your help, we dwarves will be forced to face our destiny alone." So this is kind of interesting. On a different character, I somewhat recently have done some amount of Sorrow's Furnace, and the way that they talked about the Great Dwarf and the Great Destroyer, very different than the way that those characters are interacted with here. At least in my opinion. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. At some point in time, we'll get back to doing this. I got distracted by Eye of the North stuff. That's fine. No particular hurry. Don't remember if it's best to go around or... whatever. What's the worst that can happen? We have to fight more chromatic drakes? I mean, that sounds annoying, but... what? Sorry, I want to take a screenshot of that rendering error because it's funny. This stuff is on a different layer or something. I don't know. That was just weird. Can we... Does this go where we want? I don't think this goes where we want. I think maybe I can get there this way. Yeah. We actually have some minions with us this time. I mean, mostly jagged horrors, but... Well, I'm here. I might as well. Ooh, and I kept my lockpick. Wonder if this will be any good for any of my heroes. Yep. Of course I have the frozen stuff. Ooh, that's not bad. Not bad. Well, except for the Rec 13. Rec 13 is a bit much, but... okay, let's see if I can start this without fighting anything. Cool. It is indeed a functional Asturian gate. Beacon of Drakner. We have a bunch of evil corpses. This looks really similar, as you might notice, to the Bloodstone. That's because maps are reused for the dungeons. So... Again, this one looks a lot like the Catacombs in Pre-Searing Ascalon, and probably will give us issues with having enough. Yeah. Having. Sorry, my brain's trying to remember the phrase. Having enough corpses is what I was looking for. I mostly just want to get to the star, so. For what it's worth, part of the reason why this skill is so expensive is because you can, in battle, keep it up indefinitely if you have the right stuff going on. And having kind of a permanent increased attack speed that doesn't cost you anything is very powerful. So it makes sense, but... Uh-huh. Well, by the time they got stuff on it... Oh, the evil corpse apparently is able to bleed, so that's interesting. Uh-huh. Skeleton wizard. It take them a surprisingly long time to get a condition on these guys. Like, what is Livia doing? I don't know. Man, we just keep getting swarmed by these evil corpses. Field bash. It's interesting. Ah, there's a source of consternation. More evil corpses. Ooh, I love all those splashes of light from Splinter Weapon. Okay, what's going to be the best way through here? This way, probably? I don't know, I'm kind of spitballing. But it looks like I can go up and around, so this looks like it's the direction I would probably want to go in. Ooh, got some more dwarf reputation points. Excellent. Everybody loves being ranked up in dwarf. Makes us better against destroyers. Mm-hmm. And I got blinded. Not surprised, though. These things like to do that. Oh, and I'm standing in an eruption like an idiot. If you don't want to be blind, don't stand in the eruption. Ah. Managed to get one good hit in. Oh well. Okay, and get through this priest. Have some days. Let's see. I guess I'm going to have to go through more of that than I'm going to want to have to, but here we are. Yep, more minions. Exactly what I expect from the setup I've got going on. Somebody's... Oh, that's diseased from... Yeah. The Grenth thing inflicts disease. And disease and poison both have the same general appearance. It looks like our minions have all just run off. That's okay, though. Jakado the Putrid is over there. I don't think we care. If we go there, then all of those brutes will become enemies to us and attack us, if I remember correctly. It has been a very long time, though, since I've done this. Okay, so we need to talk to our friend Budger Blackpowder. He can give us a quest elsewhere. But yeah, he says, we're going to show those destroyers not to mess with the people of Tyria. Alrighty, that sounds good. It says, come friends, drink with the last black powder before we depart. The trek through the heart of the Shiver Peaks will be interesting, and by that I mean dangerous. We Black Powders have sworn a blood oath to protect the secret until the day the hammer was needed, and my ancestors took that oath mighty serious. So drink up, for today we may die honorably. And we get some aged dwarven ale. We're going to show those destroyers not to mess with people of Tyria. Okay, cool. So, he gives us explosives when we talk to him. They do what you expect explosives to do. They explode. What did you expect them to do otherwise, right? Because that's not especially helpful to my attacking, I'm just going to drop it there. 50 damage and a knockdown. I believe it's extremely powerful if you just kind of spam it. But I don't remember exactly. So we need his special brew of explosive to blow up stuff. You. You're gonna need to blow up these walls. You can tell that they're destructible because they're extremely cracked. That's the clue. They're extremely cracked. Yeah. Okay, let's get ourselves over to this Beacon of Draknir, and I believe that should be stairs down, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So there's a bunch of Skelk there. Skelk seem like really annoying. If I don't have to fight them, I don't want to. Okay, looks like I might need to fight them. So let's get this on. And let's get fighting some Skelk. Of course they use weakness on me as like the first thing. Oh, stole our minions too. Well, I mean, thankfully for me, our minions are really kind of just cannon fodder. The sort of build that I'm running is not one where your minions are worth anything. I mean, they're bulky, don't get me wrong. Spawning power has a neat synergy. Creatures you create or animate have 4% more health. So her minions have like 52% more health than normal. So they are tankier. Although they're lower level and not as quite as plentiful as like a necromancer with the appropriate runes could have. It's just a consequence of ritualists not being able to get 16 death magic, which is fine. They shouldn't be able to. But anyway. This is not paying off yet. I don't actually think it will really pay off in this mission, if I'm being honest. But there's not, like, any of the other ones are better or anything. Everything in here is pretty much... Like, this area doesn't count towards any region. So it's not an Asura place, it's not a Norn place. So, yeah. So there's just no options that, like, are better. Good. Managed to keep my thing around, which is what I was wanting to accomplish. And these guys are very non-dangerous. Very non-dangerous Skelk. Got a locked chest up there. The final boss of this dungeon, as I recall, was one that was, it's a bit of a gimmick boss, but I believe you could kind of circumvent its gimmickry through the incredible power of... And it's doing basically the same thing Olivia is. By the incredible power of... Everyone just went down at once. What was the term I was looking for? Hey, just got enough for a skill point. By the incredible power of stealing life. Yes, that's what it was. Life drain stuff. Necromancer life drain. An elegant scythe. Oh, and I lost my lockpick while getting that elegant scythe. That's not no good. Let's just dump this over there. Okay. So we get to tier 3, level 3, whatever, this floor. I think this is the last one. This isn't a 4th level map, is it? I mean, they give us this right away, so we'll be able to check. Okay, yeah. There's the dungeon boss. I think we... Ooh, aggressive ooze, you say? How about I summon my own ooze? Budger, where are you?
Hail, human.
Okay. Need to make our way past some aggressive ooze, I guess? Ooh, burning spirits sound dangerous. This boss can be kind of deadly, as I recall, actually. Oh, we got some magma blisters, which are a different type of ooze. It always is weirded me out, like, why are magma blisters necromancers? Yet, for some reason they are. Some of those guys were dazing themselves, which might be useful. I believe ooze have a special ability that lets them split in this game, and it kind of just summons 2 copies with half HP. Yeah, burning spirits seem like they'll... Yeah, no, we want to make sure that those guys are not doing stuff. Searing flames is extremely deadly. And it's best if enemies aren't using it on us. Let's see. So we need to go down this way. Another obstacle built by Black Powder Hands. An opportune time for a show. Uses powder keg and blast away. I forget if he had previous dialogue to indicate to us that stuff. Oh, these fire allies. I mean, this is an inauspicious sort of opening, as it were. Yes, waste your time attempting to flare us. That sounds perfect. Okay, does anybody else ever resurrect? Yes, the answer is yes. Somebody else does. Where are you? Oh, there you are. What news of the war? Trying to mimic dwarf voices. Am I succeeding? Okay. Here's another beacon of Drockner. The light is disappointed that we have not killed more foes. So, I was thinking about it, and I felt like this would make an excellent screenshot. Behold, the hammer of the Great Dwarf. Now Jealous can work the Rite of the Great Dwarf, and we can drive those destroyers back to where the sun don't shine. Grab it, and we'll be... by the foul breath of Balthazar, it's Cinder the Mountain Heart. This beast won't stop us from retrieving the hammer. Cinder's thick carapace protects him, but don't let up your attacks. A few blasts of my extra special powder kegs will break him up good. Yes, unfortunately, a few blasts of your extra special powder kegs are definitely what we're going to need. This is a bit of a spotty situation. So you'll notice that his carapace has a certain amount of durability, and for some reason he's decided that standing in the middle of flames is a good idea. But we have to drop 3... yes, I do need you. We need to drop 3 of these to soften up... Oh, that hurt. To soften up this guy's carapace, and then it takes some time and regenerates, And let's throw some days on him. If we're lucky, we can kill him before he gets his carapace back. Yes! Har, not even the infamous mountain heart can stand up to Black Powder's recipe. Now's our chance. Hit him with all you've got. You've done it. I can't wait to tell the boys at the tavern about this. Truly an epic battle. That has gone much worse in the past for me. That went actually really well. And here it is, folks. Shrine to the Great Dwarf. And we obtained it. We obtained the hammer of the Great Dwarf. Now, we also get this Mountain Heart chest, which apparently had a staff in it. We got a bunch of dwarf reputation points. Now, at this point, this mission is over, but it's prudent to kind of just wait down the timer. And the reason for that is that will warp us back to the outpost. Ooh. That's a staff with a Strength of Honor mod in it. Sure. It's not amazing. Otherwise, but it is rather peculiar from that standpoint. Shocking Elegant Scythe of Fortitude. Shocking is nice if you're wanting to use like Conjure Lightning or something. Minor Wind Prayers is probably worth a little bit. I should know, I was just looking at it not too terribly long ago. Okay. Isandra's from Luxon territory, actually. This is quite the impressive room. I know this is not terribly interesting, but I kind of want to continue on a little bit and not just end right here. So, yeah. I need to turn this in. Need to get my 2000 experience and whatever. And kind of advance the plot, I think? I don't know. That's what I want to do. Maybe it's... If I remember this better, I would be planning it better, but I didn't do any sort of, like, scouting work or anything. It's just, yeah, here I am. I'm gonna fight these flowstone elementals because they're here. And don't feel like standing around for several minutes doing nothing. Flare is not the threat, guys. The Savannah Heat was the threat. Savannah Heat is a rather powerful skill that starts off doing... Basically, each time it does a tick of damage, it increases how much damage it actually deals for that tick. So the first one is... I don't think I have anybody who's /E to show you, but the first one is not particularly strong. And then it starts getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and by the time it's done, it is very dangerous. So, yeah. Best not to stand in that one long when you see it ticking on you. Okay. Here's the part that I wanted to get to. The part where I talk... Whoa! Cutscene. Part where I talk to the cutscene. The Great Dwarf.
The Great Dwarf's power is upon you all.
The ritual is almost done. How are we doing?
I've restructured the matrix array for the golems. It's so simple that even a human can use it.
The Norn are ready as well.
There are 5 of you?
I thought 4 would be enough. Olaf's daughter insisted she come along.
I will never understand the Norn.
I love that gag.
Captain Langmar and the Ebon Vanguard stand ready as well.
Are you going to undergo the rite, Ogden?
Not I. Those who undergo the rite are changed both in body and mind. I will stay with you for the moment. The Great Dwarf's power is upon you all. Final battle lies before us. Great Destroyer against Great Dwarf. In victory, the Dwarves will be changed forevermore. We are all the Great Dwarf now.
Sometimes the texture doesn't look great. I find it interesting. This is kind of a video gameism that their clothes change as well. There are some characters who are not changed. For example, Orazar, Highstone, and Rothgar. Some quest dudes are not changed. Do I want to hang on to this? Yeah, I do. I'll sell this wand. And this. And this. But I'm going to hang on to those other ones, I think. Cotton stuff. Okay. So I want to go to King Jalis Ironhammer. You'll notice that, for example, the High Priest Alcar has not changed either. He says, you defeated Sientir the Mountain Heart? Incredible! The entire Dwarven race owes you a debt of gratitude that can never be repaid. With the hammer of the Great Dwarf in hand, we can fulfill our destiny. The Dwarves shall be transformed forevermore. We will become living weapons who exist solely to defeat our ancestral foe. So, at this point, we have to head down to the Great Destroyer. But I'm not going to do that this time, because this episode is plenty long. So next time, I believe, is also the continuation of the Fury 3 Let's Play. So it'll be a couple of days before we continue this. But until then, everyone, take care and goodbye.